under bright neon lights. Silent whispers in the crypto nights. Stealthy moves as the market turns. Coast to crack and lessons to learn. COTI confidential, the chase begins. Behind the veil where the secret spins. Crypto tales and trading schemes in this forum of digital dreams. Digits dancing on an endless stream. A blockchain pulse like a vivid dream. We play the spy, we play the game. Decoding mysteries, chasing fame. COTI confidential, the chase begins. Behind the veil where the secret spins. Crypto tales and trading schemes in this forum of digital dreams.
Welcome to season 13, guys. What's up, Soren?
Yeah, good mate, good mate. Thanks for the intro song. That's brilliant.
I had to take this one on the road at the last minute. I wasn't expecting that, so I'm live from the car.
No worries. Yeah, no worries, no worries. As long as you stay safe, don't drive and do this at the same time.
So what's it like
to...
being back home from Bangkok?
It's brilliant, mate. It's brilliant, but I do miss Bangkok. But I'm happy to be back, trying to get some real world business done as well. But Bangkok was amazing, absolutely amazing. It was great to meet you, and it was great to meet all the other guys. And we had a lot of fun blockchaining for a week. That was a new experience, but one that I wouldn't be without. So that was brilliant. I got my COTI neon sign on in the background. I don't know if people can see it.
Unbelievable.
So, right. So let's get started. Welcome, everyone.
So do you want to kick it off as usual with your update?
I will kick it off as usual, and I will add a few bits to the end because we had some nice interesting things happen over the weekend as well. So it's been a couple of weeks since the last update, and there is so much going on. And to be honest, the update I did this week doesn't do justice to everything that's been happening. But Mainnet launched a couple of weeks ago. Let me check the latest stats. We are about 360,000 blocks in, and we have processed, let me just get the exact number, 4 million transactions in that 2 weeks. And the average sits at about 550,000 transactions per day. So when we talk about fast, light, and infinitely scalable, I think people are starting now to get the idea what that means. This is with a few partners, maybe a handful of partners that have integrated. Some of the big ones are still to come, but those that have integrated is Bangkok, Crafter, Big Money Saga, which is the Telegram minigame, ZNS Connect, which is the Ethereum naming service, Subquery Network, Code Exchange, and Band Protocol, which is the Oracle service. Absolutely critical that we have those guys on as early as possible. And of course, we'll have more to come. We'll have people like My Ether Wallet. We'll have Carbon browser. We'll have the MetaMask Snap. So if you think 500,000 transactions is nice, wait until we hit 1 million. That won't be long. And then 2, and then so forth and so forth. So that's a little bit about mainnet. Bangkok, we spent a week in Bangkok. Some of us, Teresa, were lucky to spend a bit more than a week in Bangkok, but I think it was fair. You had a 24-hour flight there and back. Obviously, on a tragic background with the earthquake happening literally 48 hours before we all touched down. So the main blockchain conference was cancelled, but most if not all of the side events were going ahead. So we had a whole menu of side events to choose from. And one thing that became very clear very quickly is that Southeast Asia, they have a massive and very, very vibrant community filled with young people who are just itching to get going in Web3, building all sorts of cool applications. And it was just amazing to see. And I'm sure this is not just Southeast Asia. This is in many parts of the world. And they came out in force to the side events that we went to. They were very well visited and lots of stuff going on. We also premiered our vibe coding initiative in Bangkok. You'll see the T-shirt, vibe coding, Bangkok, Thailand. Which is basically, and it's something that I'm personally really, really interested in. I see a big future for this. It's basically an initiative that allows everyone, regardless of their skill level, to build or to create, to build and to earn on COTI. And as we build this initiative out, adding more features to it, adding more useful information about how to vibe code, and combining it with a growing army of ambassadors, you will see. I'm fully expecting this. It will not surprise me one bit that we will see hundreds of projects launching on COTI. For me personally, I've been about empowering people my whole life in my day job, and I've always found it interesting and super, super rewarding to see what people can do when you give them the responsibility and give them the tools to do what's needed to be done. And this will be no different. You give people the tools to do these things, you'll see amazing things come out. Some of the people sometimes have questions about what we do as ambassadors, and it's just it's not just nice trips to Bangkok and staying in good hotels and having good food. We worked incredibly hard, and part of our remit as ambassadors is business development. Of course, we went to all of these side events. We picked up a whole lot of leads, and we're now working our way through the leads to try and get some of the people we spoke to go that one step further and start having discussions with us about building on COTI. And this is important because, and I use this expression because I can't think of any better way to put it, but it's important that we create a positive return on investment on the money that COTI spent flying us out there and hosting us for the week. Because we want more of this in the future. We want the next and the next and the next cohort of ambassadors to have similar experiences. And ultimately, it's a very good look for COTI when we show up in force to these side events. People are questioning who's all these guys wearing bright colored T-shirts, and it's gets people talking and it gets our name out there. So this is super important.
So guys, if you could comment, I don't know if I'm talking over Soren right now, but if you could send me a couple comments here and just let us know, is it the whole stream rugging or is it just Soren? From my end, I should have a really good connection here. I did all my tests. So if you guys could comment, let me know. right now I've completely lost Soren. So I'm gonna wait for him to come back.
You're lagging a little bit, but not much, mate. It's yeah, Jan is there. He's already commented. He's saying we were supposed to work in Bangkok. Well, Jan, you didn't get the memo, obviously.
So for anybody watching who wants to join the stream, I have posted the link in COTI Confidential. And if you're not part of our group yet, please join. It's a great place to share ideas and talk about the ecosystem.
Right. So yeah, that was the weekly update. On Monday, I just want to make a little bit of housekeeping. On Monday, we have a very, very interesting podcast with Jen from Bangkok, where she's going to run us or walk us through the Bangkok or the carbon DeFi from Bangkok. And I really, really think you should all attend this one. I've learned a lot about carbon DeFi in the last few weeks, and it's there's some very interesting things you can do there. Also things that are interesting specifically for the COTI community. So definitely do that one. And then we got a COTI Connect with Utracer on Wednesday, I believe.
Oh, man.
Wednesday, the 16th of April, we got a COTI Connect with Mr. Tracer. So action-packed week coming up. Just one last comment from
sorry,
my
guys.
side.
You guys have Soren?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm talking. Can you hear me? You are lagging a bit now, mate. Yeah, the comments I'm getting is that I'm looking super handsome and I'm very clear, and it's exactly the opposite with you, Tracer. No, all is good. All is good. One of the last things I wanted to mention before we get the community in with some comments is the what should we call it? The note that came out from Vitalik Buterin about privacy and a sort of privacy roadmap for Ethereum. I think that was one of the best things that could have happened to COTI. It lays out very clearly that privacy is a major concern and very high up on the agenda for Ethereum. COTI on their side of things, we're at the high table with the Enterprise Ethereum Foundation. COTI put out a very appropriate rebuttal of Vitalik's notes. And it's really, and I have to stress this because I see a lot of people going crazy. Why he didn't mention COTI? Why he didn't mention COTI? We need adoption. We need this. We need that. Guys, take it easy. It's all coming. Yeah, but we actually have to get our own house in order first. It's been known for how many months now that he is not going to start promoting COTI until we have our decentralization in order. Yeah, we switched on mainnet. Everything's working. Everything's going well. So no issues around there. But we do need to get our decentralization in order, i.e. get our own house in order. And so I think this is actually the best thing that could have happened, bar nothing else. Yeah, it's high on the list. We are in the right places to influence the choices that are made around privacy on Ethereum. And there is a plan for decentralization via the nodes ecosystem. So the nodes ecosystem, what are we waiting for? Well, in my opinion, we're waiting for the exchanges. They're notoriously slow, but they need to be all online and on side when it comes to COTI v2. Yeah, we can't have token migration and all this good stuff happening unless we have the exchanges in on the game. Yeah, and they are not the fastest. They have lots of priorities, and most of those priorities are to do with them making money. So. And this is not one of the things that make them money. So we got to arm ourselves with a little bit of patience on this, and but it'll all be good. I think this plays right into COTI's hands in terms of what we're offering to Ethereum and the wider Web3 space. So sorry, that was a lot of talking from me. Tracer, what have you got, mate? Oh, we lost him there.
Well, I'm gonna turn off my video feed just because I'm wondering where the connection problem is, if it's on my side or yours. So maybe no video feed will help this a little bit. So I missed half of what you were saying there, but I will say, like, let's get some other people up to speak. So if you go to COTI Confidential and click the link and jump into the stream, I'll bring you up. Like Soren and I always say, these spaces are about you guys. We want to have you up here. We want to do less talking in these things.
Yeah, and
so
you don't have to put your
somebody
video
come in
on
like
right
Alex.
away.
I see you there. You're always good. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, you can do it with
All
or
you
without
need is a mic.
video. If there's any issue with that, you just switch your video off if you're not comfortable with that.
Yeah. Soren, let's see. Like, why don't you turn your camera off for a bit just to see if it kind of cleans up the stream a little bit.
Done.
So,
Alex is asking
how do you pronounce this, Soren?
Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Alex is asking?
Yeah, he's asking, how do I get on stage?
Is he a member of COTI Confidential on Telegram?
Jan has just
because that's where the link is posted.
Yeah, Jan has just put the link up in the chat now.
Great. Thank you, Jan. How do we pronounce this? It's Aertske. Like, I have never known how to pronounce that last name.
Well, I pronounce it Erzke. So it'll be up to
it'd be
Miss
nice to have
Erzke
Mr.
or her husband tell me if I got it right, but I think it's Erzke.
Yeah, it would be nice to hear from him. Maybe we can convince him to come up. But yeah, I've never known how to pronounce that one.
It could be either Mr. Erzke or Mrs. Erzke. There are a couple.
Yeah, well, I know it's Mr. in the chat right now.
Right. So have we got you on stage now, Alex, or we got Jan on stage?
Nobody's on stage yet. But here's the link, guys. Come up and talk to us.
While we wait for that, what were your thoughts on Bangkok, Tracer? You were extremely busy during Bangkok, yeah? I don't think I've ever seen you do as much media duty as you did during those 4 or 5 days.
I'll tell you what, at the end of the second event there, so the second day after, like, I spent the afternoon doing partner interviews for about, I guess, 5 hours back to back, which was super fun. But by the end of the day was that Wednesday? Was the second day Wednesday or Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. No, it'd be Thursday. At the end of the day on Thursday, I was completely wrecked. And you guys may have seen a little bit of this, but what was really special for me is I was kind of upset because everybody was leaving. We had our farewell breakfast Friday morning. Some people couldn't even make that. Like, Soren, you weren't able to make it, right? Vlad had already left. And so I was a little bit upset that nobody was staying after our event to hang out. But then I had Prince, who was due to leave. He decided to cancel his flight, and he stayed a couple extra days with me in Bangkok. And that was really special. That was kind of a highlight. We walked everywhere for a couple of days there. It was pretty incredible. Very walkable place.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, my only regret going there was that I never got to go to that fun place you were all talking about.
Do you see what Jan said here?
Yeah, he's just being mean as usual. I think we should bring him on stage and keep him, hold him accountable for all this.
Yeah,
but he's
come on up, Jan. We want to talk.
Probably happy just stalking us in the background.
One thing we have coming up this week, I think we decided on Wednesday, Jan? I don't have my notes in front of me, but we're doing an AMA with the Crafter crew, which I'm looking forward to. And they've been pushing updates pretty solid for the last little while. So I think that's going to be really fun. Maybe we can get Jan to come and talk about it for 2 seconds. Where is he? There he is. Crafter app. Have you guys seen any of the recent updates from him? They did just open a Telegram channel. There's been some good conversations in there. And make sure you're following these guys on X because they got a lot of stuff going on.
I saw they launched this traceability thing last week, and it just came as a complete surprise to me. And that's what I love about Jan and Rix, that they come up with all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And I think they're going to be one of the massive surprises of the COTI ecosystem. I think a lot more people are going to use them than what we think is going to happen. I think it's going to be very big. But we got Noek here with us. How are you doing, Noek?
Yeah, very good, man. Yeah, I thought nobody showing up, but I thought I'd come in the show.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You want to have the camera turns off?
Up to you, my friend.
Oh, wait. I have double sound, so that's better, I think.
You could show your face.
Yeah, no problem for me. I saw you in far away in Bangkok.
Oh, there we go.
The two of you, yeah. Here I am.
Hey, Noek, how are you?
Yeah, very good, man. Had a very busy weekend, but didn't want to miss the show.
He's all dressed up.
Yeah, all dressed up. Yeah. I had a big event this weekend, so I had to dress up. Nothing to do with her, with COTI, but here I am because, I want to be part of every development.
So what are your thoughts, Noek, on COTI after the launch of mainnet? Are you happy with what you're seeing?
Yeah, I'm happy what I'm seeing. I just want some more liquidity on the network. But I think the start is great. So it's I like it a lot. I'm confident we will have a great future because confidentiality is important, privacy is important. So I think we have a great future.
Absolutely, and I think it's important that everyone remembers. I think we've had 6 or 7 integrations. And while some of those integrations are running very high numbers of transactions, we still have a lot of much bigger ones to come. And of course, the bigger they are, the longer they take. Especially the Axelar one is taking a little while, but it will come. And it won't. I think it'll be 2 to 3 weeks. Then the Axelar integration will be done as well.
Yeah, and I'm curious about the Treasury V2. I want the in place, so can all
Say that again. I missed that.
That I'm very anxious about the Treasury V2 that is coming.
Oh yeah, we all are. I mean, my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but I think the way this works is that you need to get the exchanges lined up first, get them ready for V2 tokens, because once you do the treasury upgrade and the token migration and all this stuff, if the exchanges aren't ready, it's all gonna be a huge mess, isn't it? So I think the exchange to be done. And I do remember whenever I watch one of the Cardano soft forks or hard forks that they do, it's always the exchanges are always very, very late in the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah, I just remembered something, Soren. We got a show coming up with Jen tomorrow. We do, and I mentioned it. And maybe that's you missed out on that bit, but we got a walkthrough of Carbon DeFi tomorrow with Jen,
And you all really, and I'll say it again, you all really should pay attention to this one. If you like trading COTI, trading G-COTI, things like that, if you like to be able to backtest strategies and things like that, Carbon DeFi, they've got some really clever stuff to help you do that. And in fact, you can also launch your own coins and trade them there. I think we had a little bit of a joke at the time. We may do it, but we had a joke where basically we were going to launch a Tracer token, a Soren token, and I think a Yan token, and we're going to trade them against each other on Carbon DeFi to see who's the most popular.
A Yan token? What the hell would you need that for?
So there is a lot of stuff with Carbon DeFi that people are not aware of, and we always have a lot of questions about where can I buy G-COTI, where can I do this, where can I do that? Well, you can do it all on chain. I think the liquidity, one of the things I want to talk to Jen about tomorrow, is the liquidity for G-COTI is still a little bit tight, which limits the amount of stuff we can do. But it's there, so it's up to us to try and make it work even better. Yeah, the very good people from Carbon DeFi are absolutely amazing, and they'll accommodate us as much as they possibly can. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, I got a small trade in place already there, but it's a problem with the liquidity, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. How do you find the platform, Noah, in general? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's easy to use. The trading strategies, I have to learn about that for the future, but I think it's easy to use. So I got all the confidence that when the liquidity enters, it will be great to use.
I agree. And one of the things that Jen's going to do with us tomorrow is I'm going to ask her in any case, because I want to understand a little bit better, how do we actually do this backtesting strategy, or strategy backtesting, where you have a position, you set it to buy at a certain level, you set it to sell at a certain level, and then you can back it for 12 months or 24 months and see how much profit it would have made if you actually had deployed it. So it's quite interesting way to operate.
Yeah, it's only G-COTI and COTI at this moment, but I will wait for your tokens there.
Yeah, no, you got all the major crypto tokens there, and you can launch your own. You can also launch your own token and put it on Bangkok. There's no issues at all.
Yeah, great.
But
great.
Of course, we got to learn how to do that. Yeah, so and part of the reason for the walkthrough tomorrow is for us to learn a little bit more about this.
Jan doesn't come live. Is he at McDonald's again?
Yeah, he's good at all these comments in the background. When push comes to shove, seems like a bit of a chicken. Come on, Jan. So so that's good. We had a question from Alex. Where was it? What's the current value that's been transacted using COTI? And the answer is we don't know. I don't have anything on the mainnet Explorer. I think that tells us what that number is. But we do have quite a lot of questions about transactions and how this is going to impact treasury. And I made some comments on this the other day. So just to repeat that, there are two ways for the treasury to have income. Actually, there's three ways. You got the transaction fees from COTI V2, which are right now quite small. Even with 500,000 transactions per day, it's peanuts. Doesn't make any difference in treasury, to be honest. When we get to 10, 20 million transactions per day, will look a little bit different. The second way is every 5 days, the 0.5% new tokens that are minted, 58% of that goes directly back into treasury. That's probably why you've seen a spike in the APY, or well, yeah, it was went from 40 to 60, 70%. And the third way, all the existing products like AdaPay, Jet, etc. So there are actually 3 income streams, as far as I can tell, to Treasury. But V2 transaction fees is not a big one yet. Yeah, we need to have a much higher number of transactions before that become interesting. So just to clarify that, because there's always a lot of people asking about that. Jan, you're on stage as well. You can unmute yourself if you like. Oh, there you are.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, Jan? How are you guys doing?
I'm great. Coming back from Bangkok and just, getting back my life and chilling, walking back, and just happy to go back to work for Crafter.
Very good. I love what you guys launched on Friday. Can you tell us a little bit more what that's all about and what's your plans with the traceability features that you launched? That was sort of a little bit out of the blue because I never heard you guys mention anything about that in your sort of plans for Crafter. Well, so and what can we use it for? What will you use it for?
And there's a reason why we didn't talk about it in the past few weeks or month is mostly because actually it was a surprise from Rix, so I wasn't aware of this at all. And actually it was my birthday this week, last Thursday, and Rix decided to thank you. Rix decided to actually work on that on a little secret project. And we used to talk about real world assets and how we could utilize GabberSocket technology to implement real world assets, because as you may heard about COTI communication, the fact that you cannot encrypt sensitive information is a huge barrier to real world assets and basic classical institution to come into crypto. So Rix actually started to work on this project to just build some Crafter hats, and use it as a real world asset. So basically there is a NFC tag in the hats, and we have a smart contract validating if this hat is really a Crafter hat or not. And yeah, that's basically what it's used for. Right now, this is just an example of what we are capable of doing. But we are thinking about making bigger use case for the whole community of real world assets, and we have a few leads of maybe partnerships to implement GabberSockets for institutional entities.
I'm amazed and I'm shocked, but in the nicest possible way. I think what you guys are doing just rocks. My only problem is I bought some fake Crafter hats in Bangkok. So they're obviously not going to be worth much now, are they?
Yeah, you fucked it. I guess they're not that expensive in Bangkok, but yeah.
No. But this is amazing, and I can hear from what you're saying, I can hear you guys have got many more surprises up your sleeve, and I can't wait to see what more you guys are doing. And also, I think you guys are going to inspire a lot of people in the community to start building apps around this. So, through this stay.coti.io initiative, people can actually start building apps and can feed off of what you guys are doing as well.
Yeah, definitely. We need to keep in mind that we are 2 in Crafter working on Crafter and just having fun building stuff. So yeah, everyone can just take some times and start building on something if you got the skill and you got a lot of documentation and everything to just start on working on something. So yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
And just for a reminder, right now was just a show off of what we could do. We are thinking about doing like an event to get a crafter hat. So we will release more information about that in the coming days, I guess. I don't want to say too much. Tressa is going to be mad if I just drop the alpha right now before the MAA. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming, definitely.
Excellent. And when was the AMA? Was that on Wednesday as well?
Yeah, Wednesday at 5 p.m. UTC or Paris time, it will be 7 p.m.
Perfect, perfect. I'll be sure to be tuned in, and I think everyone else should be as well, because I think that's going to be quite exciting.
Yeah.
And still NFTs are minting like mad on Crafter as well. I see already our good man Unity is doing the second part of his NFT collection.
Yes, right now there's a lot of collection being built before actually using Crafter, but there's a lot of project getting in line and being built right now. I got one in my sleeves also, and yeah, we're waiting for a lot of collection to go out. I'm thinking about Churu with Maurice. I'm thinking about Unity both collection, and someone in this room also have a collection coming. So there's a lot of collection coming. I'm super excited about it, and keep in mind also, I didn't communicate on it yet, but if you go to Crafter, you can see there's new features and options. So if you want to try them, you can go and see by yourself.
I shall go and have a look. That NFT collection that you're working on, would that have anything to do with all those compromising photos that we took of Tracer?
Yeah, definitely. We got the pixelated.
This is the pixelated collection, right?
Yeah. No, it is not. It is not. Don't worry, Tracer.
I don't know. He asked me for a bunch of pictures of the COTI crew yesterday, and I was like leery to give them to him because I don't know what he's up to.
Something pixelated for sure.
Well, if you do not give them to me, you never know. So it's up to you, man.
I will sit down and I will go through them and I will send you a batch.
All right. Thank you.
Right, Alex, are you still here? Did you manage to get on stage as well, or could you not make it work? I'm not sure he's still here. Can you see, Tracer, who's actually in the room?
Did you say that? Yeah, I have everybody who's here is up, so it's just the four of us right now.
Right.
Did you say that COTI Connect was announced? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, they put it out about half an hour before we went online. Alex is back. Can you try and invite him onto stage, mate? If it's possible.
Okay, where are you? When you say he's back, where are you saying? In like the Telegram group or?
No, he's back here. He's just commented on the chat.
Okay.
He says I can't figure out the new system.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, so while we wait for Tracer to find Alex, yeah, there's a COTI Connect coming up on Wednesday as well. So that comes up before the AMA with Crafter. Learn how AI is fueling a new generation of no-code builders and how you can create, build, and earn the support from stay.coti.io. So this is obviously something about the stay.coti.io initiative, which is absolutely amazing. I mentioned there's a very, very vibrant community in Southeast Asia. I'm sure you're going to see that replicated in Africa, in the Middle East, in South America, a lot of places around the world where there's a very large population of young people who are just looking to be empowered and earn a little bit of money and make their own, basically make their own way in life and be entrepreneurs in a way that is now accessible to them, which wasn't before. So I'm super excited about this, and I can't wait to see us build this part of COTI out a little bit more. I think starting from next week, COTI has hired 4 developers that will take turns in doing live streams on the stay.coti.io platform. So if you're building something and you need a little bit of help with coding or deploying or integrating smart contracts, things like this, these guys will be on stream, and you can just hop on the stream and get some help right then and there. So that'll be absolutely amazing. Great service and great idea from Joshua to put this in place. So that's going to be great. Did you manage to find Alex? He's logging in with laptop. Okay, so it might be a few minutes before he comes in.
Yeah. Alex is just trying. All he's got to do now is just connect his microphone. Once he has those, it's probably privacy settings that's keeping him from joining the room. As soon as he gets that done, he'll be up in the room. But I can see him attempting now.
Hey, Søren, and I have no experience at all with coding. Is it also possible to join, or what do you think?
Absolutely. Listen, Noah, I got no experience with coding. I wouldn't know coding from a hole in the ground. I know nothing about it, and I can create just by prompting the AI. I can create front end websites and things like that. And to be quite honest, it's all initially your first task is basically to have the right AI places, and those are linked on the stay.coti.io page.
Okay.
The second part is to learn how to prompt the AI so that you give it the right input and it gives you the right output. It won't take you long to figure that out. It took me maybe half an hour to figure that out.
Okay.
Then,
Nice.
Then you can essentially build everything, maybe up to about 60-70% of what you want it to be. And then comes the little bit tricky part where you need to integrate smart contracts and how to deploy it on the blockchain and things like that. And that's where these guys that are going to be on stream, on live, on stay.coti.io, we've hired 4 developers for this. That's where you go on stream and get them to help you, take you the last 20-30% of the way.
All right. Sounds great, man.
I mean, honestly, I think once people get the hang of this, and it may take a little while for it to catch on, but once people get the hang of it, this could be absolutely huge for us. Yeah, because the way I think about it, in the past, you had an idea like this, it would enter your mind and exit just as quickly because you knew just a total waste of time. You can't code in Solidity anyway. But hey, now you got an AI can do all of this for you. You ask the AI to code something for you in Solidity. 2 minutes later, it's coded a whole website for you, all done in Solidity, or Rust, or whatever other language you want it to do it in. Yeah, it's quite amazing. You guys, you need to go.
Unbelievable.
You'll be shocked.
Great. I will try.
Excellent. Hi, Alex. How are you?
Søren, good. How you doing? Tracer put the link in there, and I got this all sorted out. So I couldn't do it from my phone. I'm here. Good morning. Good afternoon. Evening.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah, we're trying this new format, which is a little bit more. People can be on and off video, and I think it's nicer. But it's obviously everyone's just got to get used to it. So, what are your thoughts on everything over the last few weeks?
Well, it's exciting that that we've hit mainnet. Now I'm interested in all the technicals. I was asking about do we know what the transaction composition is? I mean, how many it's a DAG, so I think there's probably more internodal communications. But is anyone looking at the Explorer and, of course, it's a privacy coin. Is it being used as a privacy coin? Has anyone done any analytics?
So somebody asked me and said, have they actually switched on privacy? And the answer is yes, they have. That does not mean that all transactions on the Explorer are private. They're private when people want them to be private. So you could look at 100 transactions and you won't see any private ones, but they are there. And I think to answer your question, I think most of the traffic right now actually comes from this big money mini game, because there are people mining like mad. Yeah, there are guys with set up 45 mining accounts to mine these big money tokens. So and he claimed that he alone was driving about 200,000 transactions per day.
Now, okay, I'm skeptical of just big numbers. It's like Solana. So that's why I'm asking the composition of the transactions, and what's the chain being used for? How much of it's internodal? How much of it's transactions? Can we even see or know if it's being used to anonymize or privatize the transaction? And like, if there was some kind of dashboard that we could see that the network's being used as intended, right?
No, absolutely it is, but keep in mind that right now we only got a handful of integrations. So all the big stuff is still to come. The Axelar, the MyEther wallet, Carbon browser, MetaMask. There's at least 15 or 20 supposedly much bigger transactions integrations to come.
And it worked. This is what I call the meta pivot. You give somebody something and they instantly want something else, right? Yay, we're on mainnet. We should all be celebrating and popping bottles of champagne and reveling in the glow for 10 days. But, my first question is what's the composition? Where's the dashboard, et cetera, et cetera? So fully understood.
Yeah, no, and let's ask Jan, because Jan, you guys would have done a lot of private transactions on mainnet already, wouldn't you?
I mean, not that much, because we are encrypted like some data on smart contracts, but not obviously like payload of transactions, so not that much.
Okay, but how is the privacy part of it working? Do you find that whenever you do these private transactions, does it all work as intended? What's your thoughts on this? Or your experience?
I mean, yeah, the first experience that we have is encrypting like a single NFT. So basically, you cannot see it, and you are the only one who is able to see your NFT. So if you go on Crafter and you can mint a single NFT and add the option to encrypt the URI of this NFT. And in your dashboard, you will be able, in the detail of your NFT, to like decrypt your NFT and see actually what you mint. But no one can see it except of you, because you are the owner. So the first part is obviously, which is not great, but you don't have choice about that, is to actually sign a lot with your MetaMask the transaction to decrypt your data. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but there's no other choice right now to just have to make multiple signing of transaction to be able to decrypt the data that you encrypted with Garbage circuits.
Right. So this is all about, you have to onboard your MetaMask wallet and you get your encryption key from the system, and then you got to sign off every transaction manually. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I don't have the details about it, but yeah, you have at least 2 transactions to do to decrypt your data. So that could be a bit of pain in the ass, but once it is done, you can see the data that you are the only one to be able to see it.
Okay, no, but this is useful info, and I'm sure you're talking with, I'm sure you're talking with Guy and the team and sharing your experiences with them. Is that right?
Not that much. We don't have that much communication with the
Okay.
COTI core team right now.
All right. So does that sort of halfway answer your question, Alex?
Yeah, just hearing that the functionality is there. We've got a proven proof of use case actually working. So yeah, that's good. That's good information to hear. Thank you.
Good. So what are you? What's your big thing you're waiting for next on this journey? What's the thing you're looking out for now?
Oh, just wider adoption now. That's the next step in the journey. Is that we get everyone on board, that it's well marketed, that everyone knows. Vitalik's up there talking about privacy, and it's like, oh, really? Privacy, you say? Within 24 hours, 48 hours, if it wasn't already live, the thing he's talking about is now functional on Ethereum. So just interesting timing on that.
No, absolutely. And we talked a little bit about it as we started the show. I think personally, this is the best thing that could have happened to COTI. We know exactly what the game here is. We need to get our decentralization in order, which means basically we got to get that nodes ecosystem up and running, get more nodes operators on chain, and get those decentralization targets. We need to get them sorted out. Because basically that's when Vitalik is going to start talking about us, if he ever will. He knows Garbage Circuits, he knows Soda Labs, he knows COTI, he's met them, he knows exactly what we're doing, there's no doubt about that. But he's also set the rules that he won't promote anyone who doesn't meet a certain threshold when it comes to decentralization, So I think what he put out over the weekend is absolutely fantastic for us. It shows us that privacy is very high on the agenda with Ethereum, and COTI then put out a very nice, very appropriate rebuttal saying, yeah, you're right about this, but we think there are better ways to do that, and that.
Yep. So, hopefully he'll be acknowledging it, that it exists, and just marketing for the wider network is good.
No, absolutely, and that's up to us. That's not up to him. He set the rules, so it's up to us to follow them, really. And I'm sure we will. But we're all waiting for that nodes ecosystem, which will drive part of that decentralization. What's your thoughts on this, Tracer? I don't know if you had the chance to follow Vitalik's exploits over the weekend, but if you have, what's your?
I haven't had a chance to read. I haven't had a chance to read either of those articles yet, but they're both bookmarked. I thought it was. It's just nice to see him talking about privacy still, right? And then I was happy to see that COTI wrote that. Kind of the answer to that. Did you guys see this though? Apparently, this coin just wicked down 92%. It's like the hot news right now.
Yeah, but isn't it a meme coin though?
Mantra DAO? I don't think so. Not sure. Don't know too much about it.
Because if memes rug, it doesn't break my heart. I like coins with actual use, right?
Apparently, I read about that. It seems like the core team just left, so it's a reaction.
They might have all gone to Bangkok. Who knows?
Maybe.
Hey, I've got a dumb question.
Well,
I'm going to be going out of town for 10 days. I've got a moment of time. I'm just breaking out my Trezor. So I hold the ERC20 COTI on a Trezor. Apparently, I didn't need to do anything to claim my tokens. Should I just be able to log in and see that I have my tokens are distributed? What do I need to do?
Do you want to take that one, Tracer? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you don't need to do anything, and certainly not in the space of 10 days, Alex.
No, but if I
so nothing.
Should they have been airdropped? Is my question.
No, none of that has happened yet.
Oh, nothing should have happened then. Okay.
Yeah. So basically,
that hasn't happened yet.
the whole token migration from V1 to V2, it's as far as I can tell, it's all waiting on the exchanges. Yeah, because we can't do this without the exchanges having bought into it and being fully prepared for it. Yeah. And as far as I know, the exchanges are not there yet. Yeah, which is not a surprise. They never are. They're always bloody slow in these things.
I apologize for my ignorance. I'm just
No. There's no such
mentally
thing.
overloaded.
There's no such thing, Alex.
I
Don't
can't
worry.
keep up with all of crypto.
Yeah, and one thing you don't have to worry about, Alex, is nothing's gonna happen like hard and fast. You know what I mean? Everything's gonna be nice and slow. People are gonna have a lot of time to do things, and so we're just kind of waiting for the rollout right now. But you said something earlier that I want to come back to. Like, you have to remember that it's not a DAG anymore, right? You were when you were talking about transactions and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not a DAG. It's an EVM chain now, right? So it's basically like a mini Ethereum, right?
What did you call it? What kind of chain?
It's so EVM. It's the Ethereum virtual machine. So it's right. Like it's the DAG is gone.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So that's how we dominate the world. Yes.
well, so I mean, our V1 will be running for probably, like, I talked to a couple people in Bangkok about it, and probably be still running for maybe somewhere like a year. So there's going to be a lot of time to get everything sorted.
Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, Ethereum's hitting some headwinds now, and the token price isn't moving, and Vitalik is making strategic choices on the architecture of the chain to move it forward. So the fact that we're EVM, Ethereum, Ethereum still has just the greatest market presence and dominance. Yeah, we're just set up perfectly.
Alex, it's good to know that all the fees are paid in COTI, so you don't need Ethereum on the chain.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but we still have a long way to go. We've just switched on mainnet a couple of weeks ago, and there's still lots of things that need to happen. So there'll be plenty of action going forward, and there'll be plenty of time for us to position ourselves appropriately for privacy on Ethereum broadly. Yeah, the good thing is we are at the high table vis-a-vis the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, so we are absolutely in the right place to have these discussions and to put our fingerprint on these things.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
All the signals are green, and all the wind's blowing in our direction.
No, it very much is. It very much is. We need to be a little bit patient and just take it one step at a time, in my opinion. But there are people who are not going to agree with that, and that's fine. But I think everything's going quite well.
Nothing works until everything works, right?
Something like that, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, can I do a comment about Bangkok?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because right now we are talking about adoption, and what's underneath about adoption is basically like price appreciation. And as a pure community member and investor in COTI, I just wanted to comment about Bangkok, because we have been super lucky to spend that much time with Daniel and Joshua and Robert at Bangkok. And even though we didn't talk about specific projects or something like that, this trip gave me so much hopium about COTI for the long-term vision, because we had those talks with Joshua and Daniel about long-term visions. And I feel like their vision about COTI and the long-term vision is so good. And I just wanted to everyone to know about how confident I am with their vision and what they are building for COTI in the coming years. So as a long-term investor, this trip gave me so much opium, and I just wanted to share that with everyone because it's super amazing to have those talks with these guys, and it was super amazing about it. So yeah.
That's a really good point, and I think the general public so far doesn't really know too much about stay.coti.io, but in the next weeks and months as these things roll out, when you actually realize how much they're doubling down on this stay.coti.io initiative and how they are poising it to drive adoption for the chain, it's incredible. Some of the things they're doing here, it's unannounced, but as you guys see this, you guys are gonna like, it's gonna blow your mind. It's like, wow, they're really going for it with this thing. So the other thing is just speaking to our partners face to face. And I got to do, like I think I mentioned earlier, but I got to do, I think it was 8 one-on-one or 2-on-1 interviews with our partners. These guys are excited about what we're doing. And when you can see just from being in the ambassadors program, there is no slowing down with signing partnerships. I mean, there's a bunch of people where, like, while we were at this event, right, Mainnet had just launched, and we're doing this Vibe Code event, and we have some high-level team members. In between our event, we're watching MOUs. Well, not watching, but I know that some of the people that I was interviewing, I knew that the next day they were coming in to sign MOUs. Guys, this is exciting. Like, there's so much going on right now, and we don't know the half of it. We really don't.
No, but that's absolutely right, and also I want to share also with those listening that we had a dinner one night with Daniel, and everyone, not me, but everyone smart at the table, which was everyone except me, I think, was asking Daniel so many hard questions. Except Daniel did not think they were hard questions. He is such a clever guy. We are so lucky to have him on the team, and to listen to him talk about the things that they're building and the things they're planning, and the way the system's set up was just absolutely amazing from my point of view. Yeah, it really, like Jan said, it really left me feeling, if possible, even more confident about where we're going with this.
I keep looking out for all the fire and thumbs up and 100% emojis, and I can't find them.
I keep going to react and I can't. I feel the same way. But yeah, there was a moment there where I just kept asking Daniel questions about nodes, because none of the I mean, I've been pretty public that I'm running a node on mainnet, on V2 mainnet. But we're really not talking about who's there and who's, been allowed at this point, because we haven't opened it up to everybody, right? Because they want to keep the network stable before we completely decentralize the thing. So I was able to ask him so many questions, and it was just, to just be sitting there and have that kind of access to a team member, it was pretty special. So I agree with what you're saying, Soren.
Yeah, no, that was super special, and and just to echo Jan's comments, you guys, and to your comments as well, Tracer. Watch out for the next month or two. You're gonna see some things that's gonna blow your mind, and if they don't blow your mind, there's something wrong with you, something seriously wrong with you, because there are some really cool stuff lined up.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much happening right now that it's going to take months just to get these things sorted, let alone what they're bringing beyond that. So, they're in it for the long haul, and they're doubling down with stay.coti.io. They're hitting so many angles right now. It's very exciting.
Absolutely. Right. Should we call it a night for Sundays for the 13th edition of Season 2, COTI Confidential?
Good chat.
Yeah,
Thank you,
and
Oh, sorry. Thank you for putting this all together every week and being so diligent.
Thank you for joining, Alex and Jan and Noek and whoever else joined. It was brilliant. I'm gonna let Tracer do the closing remarks.
Yeah, next week, guys, we should be back at our workstations, or I should be back at my workstation. So any of those hiccups with connectivity and stuff should be worked out. But yeah, there's a lot coming. Check out stay.coti.io. Stay tuned to the socials. Join COTI Confidential Telegram. And stay bullish, guys, because we're about to go on a ride. And it might take months, but it's going to be crazy. And on that note, let's get out of here. Take care, everyone.
Take care,
Soren, you want to say goodbye?
See you next Sunday.
Thank you and bye.